Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Trying to straighten things out. I bumped them. And I'll be right with you. I'll give you a stamp set to look at while I get organized in my thoughts here. I was looking for a sheet of paper that I had printed, but I don't know where I put it. Anyway, that's all right. Hello, hello. Step in and say hi. We're going to be making 3 or 4 cards tonight using just 2 stamp sets tonight because I didn't get prepared. Hi, Melanie. Hi, Nix. Welcome. Forgive me. I'm trying to get this. I had this all straight and somehow it got all. I must have bumped it when I was making cards. And my water is about to fall over. I'm a mess as usual, you know. Typical Deb. It'll get better. So while we're waiting, hi, La Chica Baby, and 907 Crafty Life, and Barbara S., and Clay. Welcome. Hey, everybody. Okay. Why is this? It must be my camera went crooked. Raise it up a little bit. I don't know. That's weird. Okay, this way. All right. I think that's as good as it's going to get. So tonight we're going to use, for the first 2 cards, we're going to use Catch You Later. I know people asked for the Awesome Otters, but I'm going to do that next week. I might just do it in a video. I'm not sure yet. And then the second 2 cards, we're going to use Wildflower Path, but we're going to keep it really simple tonight for those. And I was going to try and use Masks tonight, but I think that'll have to be next week also. And the reason I wanted to use this is because I made my granddaughter a card for her birthday, which was the 28th, Tuesday. And I used this You're Just Perfect and Happy Birthday from us. So we're gonna copy that, and then I'm gonna make another one with the monkeys. Okay. Happy, yes, right, Melanie? Hi, Chris. Welcome. Yes, the Halcats are here. Yay. So, yes, I'm so happy to have Halcats with me. All right, so the only announcements I really have are it is still last chance to get stuff from the August to December mini catalog, the holiday catalog. So if you wanted anything from that that's still available, get it before the 3rd is over. Because that's when that catalog ends, January 3rd. So, and if you order it in December, please use this host code, which ends, of course, tomorrow. But if you order it in January, I will come on and announce a new code for January. I'm going to close this one out tomorrow because there's no orders on it, quite honestly. So anyway, I'm going to close that out tomorrow. So that's the first thing. Last chance. Some of the items were on sale. I went over that in a previous video. A lot were not, but you know, you could get some good discounts on some dies and a couple stamp sets and things and some ribbons and stuff. So be sure to check that out. I don't know what's still available or not. You just have to go online and see if what you want is there. And then the other thing is the next paper pumpkin kit tomorrow. I'm going to do the unboxing for the it's all about puns. And it looks, I just opened the box. I haven't seen anything but the stamp set, and the stamp set looks cute. So I'll be doing the unboxing, make as intended, and then probably also a alternatives for that box as well as the one before it. I decided I'm going to make tags out of all the ones in the November box called Peaceful Christmas that had snowmen, Christmas trees. It made these little boxes like this and something else, and I'm going to make tags out of all of them because I don't have many tags, and so that'll be ready for next year then. So those will be for tomorrow, and then I have to decide still on my collabs. I think what I'm going to do is do informal collabs where anybody can join in and just use a hashtag on this channel. I think I would like to make this more like have my own series, if you know what I mean. Like I'm going to do a simple stamping series, probably just be once or twice a month. Stampin' Up does a simple stamping challenge, if you will, and I'm going to try and use that to do something. I still want to do the color combo, but of course I'm going to change the colors for next year for 2022. And I would also like to do the case of card. Now those, if the people that are in them are interested, and I'll have to check, I may just keep them small because there's only 4 or 5 people in them, and I don't know if anybody's going to be interested. So if not, I'll just do them, and then people can use the hashtag and play along. So also tomorrow I'll have color combo, the last one for this year. I didn't do the case of card or the Fab 4, and I'm not going to do the Fab 4 collab because I use dies and embossing folders and stuff all the time, so it seemed kind of pointless to me to have a collab for it. Anyway, let's get making cards. Enough blabbering. So if you want the next paper pumpkin kit, which is all about hearts and Valentine's Day and stuff, you have to order that by January 10th. You have to subscribe by January 10th. And I have more about that on my Facebook group page if you're interested. Okay? How are you all doing? Are you ready for the new year? I'm excited for the new year to come. Okay, I'm also on the first card. I'm going to use this animal print embossing folder from the annual catalog. It's on page 154 of the 21 to 22 annual catalog. I'm using basic white cardstock, and I'm using it cut. What is it cut? 8.5 by. Is that right? 5.25. Yeah, 8.5 by 4.25, and then scored at 5 and something. Oh, let me get it for you. I don't usually make them this way. I just cut the cardstock in half, basically 5.5 by 4.25. So it's 10 inches this way. No, it's 11 inches this way, not 8.5. It's 11 inches this way, and then cut it 4.25 this way. Ugh. Yeah, you get it right, Deb. Scored at 5.5. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have a 5 by 4.25 in Flirty Flamingo, and it is already embossed with that embossing folder. That really looks orange on there. Let me bring my light down. That doesn't help. There, that's sort of better. Not really. And we're going to glue that down, and then I just have a piece of, now this paper is the Pattern Party paper, which is a host-only paper in the annual catalog. I strongly suggest you try and place a large order and get this as a host gift because it has so many bright colors. We're going to use this on the last card today. So it's got like florals that work with the hand penned and also the wildflowers now. It's got animal prints. It's got bright stripes. It's got hearts for, I used it for, what did I use it for? I used it for the the last time we were together. Trying to see if I have that card handy. I do somewhere, I think. Maybe not. Oh, yeah, here. Nope, I don't know. I don't know what I do with it. I'm trying to get organized and I don't know where anything is. Anyway, but it's black and white on the other side. And it's funny because my son and I, we had little presents to wrap for Haley for Tuesday. And he used a sheet of paper like this. And he said, well, I really like this side, but I guess that's not girly enough. And I said, yeah, it's pretty. But we have more of it. And you can color the leaves and stuff for fall. But it just has a lot of variety. Some, tone on tone. But the other side is all either white with black or black with white. And it's a great, nice, thick, heavy paper. That's a real pretty one, too. Anyway, so these two are the ones I'm using this on the first card and this on the very last card with the next stamp set. Maybe, if we get that far. All right, so these I'm just going to glue down. And I want this to be sort of over this way a little bit. It doesn't have to be too specific. Yes, I hope so too. I hope the new year is better than it has been. It's not off to a great start from I guess I gotta put more on there since it's not off to a great start since this virus thing, you know. But you know what? My doctor told me in our lifetime we're all probably gonna have it, but it's gonna be just like having a bad cold or the flu for most people. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So this strip is 2 inches, I think, by 5 1/4, and the other one is 5 1/4 by 4. Now we have to stamp and color, and I should have that stamp out. Let's see. Do I? I hope I do. Yes. Nope, that's the monkeys. Where's the fishbowl? We're going to stamp in Memento Tuxedo Black. And it's a little kitty with the fishbowl. So I kind of made her card in a little bit of a hurry. I'm going to stamp this sort of in the middle here because I'm going to put this in a circle on the front right about here. Right, but we have to color it first. Yes, our happy birthday month. And this is a big one for me, which has been part of my issue lately. All right, so I need Pool Party Light and Smoky Slate, light and dark. I think this is light, yeah, and dark. And I use dark pale papaya for the fishy with a little bit of pumpkin pie. And a little bit of pumpkin pie on the kitty because they have a gray, gray striped, I think they're called tabby cats, right? With a little bit of orange on them. Actually, more orange than I thought. Anyway, let's get coloring. Yes, you have an exciting year ahead, Nyx, right? So I hope that all goes well for you. I hope. I'm just going to put a little bit of pumpkin pie there and also over here on the kitty on these marks. Now, my daughter doesn't have a fishbowl. She just has 2 cats, but it's okay. It was a cute card. And it was perfect because the sentiment is happy birthday from us, and it was from my son and I. So that worked out really well. This is just Pool Party in here. And actually, I'm going to go just a little bit around the edges of the bowl too. But the rest of it behind there has to be kitty color. So what have you guys been crafting at all? I really am planning. I actually bought a planner. It's not a happy planner. It's just something from Target because I was in Target. And but I really like it. I wanted to show you that in a minute. And I'm going to really try and set some goals. I already wrote some goals down, but I need to, you know, break them out a little more detailed. And then I'm in a different collab, which is sort of a challenge every month on the 13th. That's the one other outside collab I'm in. And I'm going to probably do it some months on both channels and other months just on either this channel or just the jewelry channel. that has a keyword, and this month, the first month, is #goals. So I think it'll be interesting. And I don't remember the Tapping Flamingo. She did a video on what the other keywords are, and somewhere I have them written down, but I don't remember what they are. You've been making a lot of slimline. Yeah, I want to use the slimline stamp and die soon too. I'm very anxious to do that, but you know, I can only do. I still am not don't have my full mojo back, but I'm working on it. Setting goals, hopefully it'll help. It's, you know, once I get up here, I'm okay. I'm just having a hard time breaking away from doing stuff in the rest of my house and coming up here to craft. I don't know. It's like a separate room, you know. Upstairs, it's like a room and a half up here, which is totally craft room. It was originally going to be spare bedroom, but you know, not anymore. Actually, originally it was my bedroom when I first bought the house. Okay, now I think I just used a punch, and we don't sell these anymore, but if you have a 2 1/4 inch punch, that's I think what I used, and it was the perfect size for this little guy. And I was going to use a 2-inch punch and then use the Starburst, which is about 2 1/8, but and you can use your dies, your circle dies instead. That's perfectly fine, but I'm just being lazy. I want to do it quick, you know? So there's that. And then I'm going to take my Flirty Flamingo Stampin' Right and just go around the edges with that. Make it poppy. You could go around it with actually the gray color or whatever color you want your cat to be. Right? This is simple coloring, simple pretty much everything. Okay. And I popped that up on dimensionals right about here. And you could also put a larger circle behind it. That was originally my intention too. I would try slimline, but knowing me, $3 for shipping. Oh gosh. Yeah, I didn't send that many cards out, but the ones I did send, every single one of them needed an extra 20 cents because they were too thick. Like, you know, and I really thought some of them were not that bad, but they had embellishments on in that, you know. Anyway, you know, it's a problem, but oh well, it's all right. I'm sure it's probably going to go up soon too. All right, so on the outside, we're going to stamp You're Just Perfect, and we are going to do that in Memento. And I think this is a 1/2 inch strip that I have here, because I thought it was a lot of pink, so I just wanted to break it up. You could do it in gray, but my gray is not really very good. Now, the thing with this stamp is, actually, that's not too bad. I'm going to use it. It's kind of curvy, even though the letters go straight across. So it might be better to put it on a Stamparatus, because that way you could test it and line it up. Let's see. This goes up here. This goes here. And what we're going to do is we're going to flag actually this end and cut this right about here. And I'm going to use my little trimmer to do that. So I think I cut it around 3, yeah, the last time. Yeah, because I want that to line up with that edge, and then I'll have a little flag on the other side, and I'll use the banner Pick-a-Punch from the annual catalog. And I'm going to use this side. I always have to turn it over and look. And I have to be careful to get it centered. And I'm not sure I did. Pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, and then we're going to pop that up too right here. So, get my dimensionals out again. Yeah, I know. It's high. And food prices are high. Everything's high. You know, somebody once told me, you know you're getting old when you start complaining about prices and stuff. But it's high, and I'm on a fixed income already called living off my savings. But now I'm going to have Social Security starting in March because I'm old. But all right, now on hers, I'm trying to use these up. I use these little white hearts. I think I'll do that again. These are retired resin hearts, so I'm sorry, but I just wanted something special for her, you know. So I'm going to do it again. Not that I'm going to give her the same card again or anything, but I put them inside these little animal prints. I don't want to use the real red. I'm just using the white, and they're going to go every which way, but that's okay. I think I put on I actually think I only put 3 on, so that's fine. And then I think I'm going to use a little twine, which is also retired. Too much thickness. Yeah, exactly. What's your name, La Chica Baby? Your real name, just your first name. That's just a lot to say, La Chica Baby. I was looking for my thingamajobber. So I'm looking forward to 2022. I have, you know, goals and plans for both this channel and the other one. I'm going to put a little twine on. This is retired. You can still get white, but it's in a different collection. But this is from the snail mail twine from the January to June mini from this past year. And let's see, I think I'm going to try and use the Flirty Flamingo color, which is no longer available. It came in this pack, but I have all this I need to use, so I'm going to use it. You can use another ribbon that would be pretty on this that I thought about using, but I want to use this up first. Is this, this would be really pretty on here, this glittered organdy ribbon, which is carrying over to somewhere, just to give it a little sparkle. And actually, it'd be really pretty if you put that like under the cat, obviously, but down at that line of that paper. That would be pretty. Or you could also use the crinkled seam binding ribbon, which makes a really nice bow. So yeah, either one of those would be pretty too. Or just white twine if you have it. Or white and pink twine of some kind. I've decided for embellishments, I'm going to try and still use them. Actually, that's too much. Some of them, like twine and stuff, because I just can't keep getting it and then having it retire so soon and not use it. But you'll have to bear with me because then you won't be able to get some of the stuff. Hi, Barbara. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, I'm going to cut that a little shorter. And where do I want to stick that? Maybe just here like this, I think. Yeah. So I didn't actually have that on hers because I ran out of time, actually. But that's okay. I have all these, you know, birthday cards, but I really like making them better, more personal for people. That makes sense. Because, you know their tastes and stuff a little better. All right. Now we have to do the inside. And all I did for the inside is, first of all, stamp on it. And for that, we're going to stamp Happy Birthday from Us. And we're just going to use a strip of this paper. And we will stamp that also in Memento Tuxedo Black. You could do it in gray, or you can do it in Flirty Flamingo. But, all right, I'm going to stand up to see if I can get this sort of straight on here. Yeah, goody. Not bad. Okay, let's glue this down and then glue that in, and then first card is done. Thank you so much. Oh, Janet, okay. Oh, okay. I've never been to a scrapbook expo, but I don't scrapbook, so yeah, it's kind of weird that I got into paper crafting. And I actually kind of got into it doing other stuff like covering little notebooks and stuff, but I honestly don't really journal, and I should probably do that. All right. Oh, I don't know why I closed that glue. This is a top folding card, so you really could just stamp right on there, but I liked having the extra piece in here with that little pop of the color. And actually, you could edge this with the Flirty Flamingo ink marker or the ink pad even too, but I'm not going to. And over a little bit. And there we go. Card number 1 using our coming up on January 4th. It'll be on page 63 of the mini if you got yours, if you're a customer and you got yours. And the animal print from the embossing folder from the annual catalog, Flirty Flamingo, pattern party paper, and some retired twine, but you can use whatever you have. You could even take your marker and just, if you only have white twine, and color it, right? Flirty Flamingo marker. I'm pretty sure we have that. And if not, some other color of pink. Flirty Flamingo, dark, on white twine. Just let it dry, run it through paper towel, and you can color your twine too. So that is card number 1. Let me move some stuff out of the way. I do too. No, I am notorious for doing it crooked, but it helps if I stand up because I can look straight down on it, and I have found that that actually has helped me. So that is that. Now, if you have more of this paper, you could actually do the envelope flap in it too. I don't generally tend to do those on my videos though. Okay, I'll bring that back at the end. So the second one, we're going to use the monkeys. And what did I just do with the stamp set? And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to give this to my daughter, who is used to be a monkey. But I'm going to put Hey There on the outside, and I love hanging around with you. It's really cute. Only one, I'm not real big on these quails. We decided those were quails, but they'd be cute too if you want to do the always, I'll always be there for you kind of thing. Yeah, or better together. So this time we're going to use mint macaron and Highland heather. Here's the card we're going to make. And this paper is from the hand penned in the annual catalog. I had some scraps, so these 3 pieces were already this size, but I wrote down the sizes so I can tell you. And I cut more to that size. And the colors, of course, are Highland heather and mint macaron. And the ribbon I used is in the annual catalog on page 140. It is Highland heather grosgrain ribbon, 1/2 inch wide, and it has a nice shimmer to it. I just felt it needed a little shimmer there. I'm going to be using Highland heather ink, and then the markers I'm using to color these guys are ivory, Crumb Cake and Mint Macaron for the branch. Light and dark. Nope, this was for the fishies. Hang on, let me put those away. Light and dark cinnamon cider and ivory. Crumb Cake, Mint Macaron, light and dark cinnamon cider, and ivory. And that's it to color the monkeys. And I did cut this out with this die from Stitch So Sweetly dies. I had trouble. I was going to use these, but they were either too big or too small, so I didn't. But it's this one, the second largest of the Stitch So Sweetly dies from the annual catalog. I'm pretty sure they're still available. So I need a piece of white paper. I should have it right here. Okay, so let me give you the sizes of all the front papers first. And we'll cut the ribbon too. So this piece is 3 1/4 this way by 5 this way. This is a 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 card, and this time we're doing it this way. Yeah, Stampin' Up for when you're doing the sentiments, it really does help. You started with cards and Scrapbook Expo, Scrap the World. Oh, okay. I started with pocket letters actually in early 2017. Anyway, so this one is 3 1/4 by 5. This one, which is the stripe on this side, and I noticed this one I got the stripes going up and down. It doesn't really matter. This one is 2 inches by 4 1/4. Now this particular one, I don't know if it was this one or the next. I think it's the next one is a little smaller. Yeah, this one is 2 inches by 4 1/4. And then this one on the first card is 2 inches also. See, this is not as wide. This is 1 1/2 by 3 3/4 because I didn't have the same size scrap. So I used what I had. And the first thing we have to do is get the ribbon and just put it about 1/2 inch down from the top. And I'm just going to use my seal. I don't recommend using the Seal Plus on designer paper actually because I have had it tear the paper. I actually did that the first time and it tore my back of my paper, but I figured nobody's going to see the back. Oh yeah, she used to be a monkey. When she was little, every time we would go to a playground that was near my mom's house, it had uneven bars and she was always hanging on them. That was her favorite thing. And her kids, now her daughters are both in gymnastics. So they inherited that from her. It rubbed off on them. They love gymnastics. They'll never be like, you know, Olympic people or whatever, but they just enjoy it as something to do to stay fit. You could also use the other side, but the pattern is going the wrong way, where this one, it really doesn't matter because these little leaves go every which way, right? So let's glue that down. Oh, one of your cousins was like that too. I was never very good at gymnastics. I could do the uneven parallel bars when I was young and some of the floors, but I could never do like cartwheels. Now, okay, so the trick with this one is we want to get this up close to the top, sort of, and somewhat straight. Somewhat straight. And then this one, we're just going to glue down, and it's going to come just below the purple ribbon. And you could even bring it down a little bit lower, but not too much. And then the next one will go down lower yet. And just center it as best you can. I eyeball it. I don't measure too much there. And then this one will go like this. So it's kind of important that this still be 3 3/4, because that way this will still fit just inside of it. But it doesn't really matter that this is a little bit less. This is about 1 1/2, I said, instead of the other one was 2 inches. So 2 would be better. But like I said, I use what I have. I didn't want to cut into one more big sheet. I'm getting low on the hand pen, which is okay, because, you know, now we have new paper coming out in the mini catalog, and I actually didn't use that tonight. All right, now we're going to stamp Hey There in Highland Heather, and then we're going to stamp our monkeys in black. And this one we're just going to, and that's okay that that's crooked, because we are going to use the layering circles for that. And actually, while I'm here, I think this is my inside piece. And I have to do it this way. See, I almost did that. We're going to stamp I Love Hanging Around With You. I think I'll probably give this to my daughter, unless she's watching. I don't think she's watching. I think that might be a little crooked. Not bad. Not bad. Woo-hoo. I'm on a roll. I don't want to jinx myself, though. All right, so we're done with the Highland Heather. What did Clay say? Yeah, that's true. Thank you. And Stampin' Up! Does have good quality products. Why can't I get this in the slot? There we go. Because I wasn't at the slot. And now I have a little strip of paper to go in here too. So let's glue that down. We'll just finish the inside, and then we'll do our monkeys. We'll do our monkeys. This would be cute just to give a friend. Like, I have a good friend that we get together once in a while. Actually, these are her colors too. So it would be nice to just give it to a friend too, because I love hanging around with you. We don't really see each other more than like once a quarter anymore. Mostly because she's 40 minutes or so away from me, and we just, with this pandemic, we don't go out much. All right, and I'll wait and do this after we stamp the monkeys and color them. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. Anybody remember that besides me? All right, I need a different piece of white. I thought I had another piece of white, but I have misplaced it. So we'll get another one. Okay, we're going to use Memento Tuxedo Black. I did find my markers bled just a little bit on the tail, but you know what? I don't think anybody's going to see it except us. And there we go. Originally, I was thinking I'd actually put some twine and have the monkeys hang, but I wasn't up to that. You love the monkeys? When I was young, I had a real big crush on Davy, the little one, because I was little. But I think they're all gone now. I think Peter was the last one, right? I just dropped my phone and I don't know where it went. I guess if it starts ringing, oh, there it is. I just didn't want to run over it with the chair. Okay. Sorry. I shouldn't even have that up here because it'll start ringing. All right. Let's do our branch. We're going to do the branch in Crumb Cake. Yeah, I used to love the monkeys too when I was young, as in preteen or younger. I don't even remember. Linnea, yay! Okay. That's fine. I'm glad you could make it. Oh yeah, phone screen. It's hard. I can't. Like I can't even watch YouTube on phone. I have to do it on my laptop. I've been trying to watch a few more crafty videos too, just to get more in the crafty mood again, you know. Let's see, where did I get this from here? That was dark mint macaron and dark crumb cake, by the way. Now I'm going to use ivory and do their little ears, part of their ears. You could use a pink if you wanted to, but I'm keeping it pretty simple. And this one. And then their face. Now ivory comes, it's the only double pack that we have. It comes with a bronze and ivory. I think they're coming as a double pack now. Still, the bronze and ivory. I can check that when we're done. It's the only ones. All the rest are singles now. Or maybe they split them apart too. I'm not sure. But this is the ivory, and then there's a bronze, which is bronze. Sort of a cross between copper and something else. All right, good enough. Bronze looks like this as compared to cinnamon cider. So it's more of a yellowy color, brown, I guess. I don't know. All right, now I'm going to use the dark first and do their little tails and legs and outline of their body. This is simple coloring. I am not the best at shading and all that stuff. See, they have skinny little legs and stuff, so it does, you have to do a light touch, and I'm using the nib end. You could try using the pointy end of the paint end, because sometimes you can get in smaller spaces better with that. However, I have trouble with control for that sometimes, like as in I can't tell where I'm coloring as well. So I tend to only use the brush end for larger areas, if that makes any sense. Small areas like this, I like to use the nib end. And I'm just going to do his body a little more on this side with the dark. And the rest will be light. I really like the cinnamon cider color. I would like it if they kept that and got rid of, like, I don't know, Sahara sand or something. It's just a nice warm brown. But we'll see. We won't know till they do the annual catalog. Otherwise, it'll be retiring in the end of May. Boo-hoo. I don't want it to retire. That is the sad thing with our in colors, you know, every 2 years. The older ones go away, and we get 5 new in colors. And this is one of the ones that'll go away at the end of May. Go away at the end of May. I'm a poet and don't know it. Haha. Sorry, I'll look up in a minute. Okay, now we'll use the light. Now let's see. Davy Jones, there you go. I don't know what that means, Edgar. I'm sure you're spamming me or something. Yeah. Cinnamon cider. That's a really good name, right? I like cinnamon. Some people are allergic to cinnamon, but I am not one of those people. I love in the fall and even holiday time, I love the smell of like apple cinnamon anything. My son usually eats apple cinnamon oatmeal for breakfast sometimes. And oh man, the whole house smells good when he makes that. I've been getting him the sugar-free kind, so I can have some too once in a while. Okay, so now we just need our die. And I'm going to get my little tape here. It's a roll of, I don't know what brand, washi tape. Probably recollect. It's not Stampin' Up. It's just a roll I have out of a big roll from somewhere that I'm trying to use up. Hi, Hildy. Welcome. All right. So let me make sure that, no, that is not straight. Now these I do want to be a little bit straighter. So let me stand up again. And they fit in there just pretty good. I'm actually, no, I'll center them. And then since we're going to do the die cutting, let me get my little circle out too, which I think I put away. I did. All right, so I'm using the smallest circle from the layering circles for the hay there, and the second smallest scallop circle, which I've already done out of mint macaron cardstock. Did that out of a scrap ahead of time. And when you take it off, washi tape can still rip your paper when you put it through the pressure of the machine. So I do recommend sticking it on your hand or arm or something first. This one I can put away. All right, I'll be back. I just have to turn around and do this. I'll be right back. It's right here. I can still talk. Thank you so much for joining me. I just can't believe it's almost 2022 already. I just can't believe it. I'm having difficulty believing that. Also having difficulty believing I have a big birthday coming up in January. Oh wow. But I have definitely aged a lot in the last 2 years in looks and appearance. I need to get back on track with my weight, which is one of my goals for early 2022. But it's a necessity at this point. You know, in the past it's been like, yeah, okay. Ooh, just had a stick bug land on me. Ooh. You guys have those around your house? Ooh. That was weird. It freaked me out. I threw them in the trash can. I usually get them with a tissue and stick them in the toilet or something, but ick. Ooh. They don't hurt anything that I know of, but they just smell bad. Stink bugs. We get them some years and we get ladybugs some years. Ladybugs are prettier and they don't bother me as much unless there's a ton of them. They're cute. They're cute. All right, let's take this off. Okay, now this, I'm not going to use dimensionals, but I'm going to use these, I'm afraid he's going to fly up at me again. These adhesive sheets that Stampin' Up sells. And I'm looking for the cardboard of it. They're called foam adhesive sheets. They're in the annual catalog. They're item 152815. And there are 6 sheets that are 4 9/16 by 4 3/8. I really like these for doing rectangles and stuff because you don't have to waste all your dimensionals on them and you get a nice sturdy backing to it. And they're not so thick that, you know, I bought some from somewhere else. Same with dimensionals, and it was like, it was way up, and I'm like, I don't like that. This is better. I do like Stampin' Up's dimensionals and foam sheets, which I've said many times. All right, let me put this back in here or I will lose it. And put it right in my drawer. So those were the Stitch So Sweetly dies. Okay. Whew, sorry, that creeped me out. You get more. Oh, June. I don't even know what those are. June bugs. And are they like what do we call those up here? Beetles? Are they like beetles? Ugh. I guess these are sort of like beetles. They're flat and ugly and I don't know. Okay, so now when I'm putting this on, I'm trying to center it just inside this purple piece here, but I want to come down to just a little bit at the bottom of that ribbon too. Is that straight? Pretty good. And then this piece, we have to use dimensional, but on the top part, we're going to double the dimensional because I think the foam sheets are just a tad taller. So we're just going to take one dimensional and then stack one on top of it. And then we'll put a little glue at the bottom. And that is going to go up here. Like that. Okay. And that is our card. Now, if I have some Highland Heather pearls, and I also have some mint macaron sparkly things. Let's use those if I can find them. I don't know which case I have them. One of the things I wanted, oh, here they are. The Genial Gems, I think they're still in the annual catalog. Or we have some brand new, coming up January 4th, iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. But I'm going to use these because I don't use mint macaron that often. Well, let's just put some on both these cards. Chiggers are a kind of, ooh, yuck. Sorry, Barbara. I do that all the time. You know, I went to On Stage Online and like, oh, I wasn't going to get, I forget the name of the set. Anyway, like two different sets and I ended up getting them. So I understand completely. Let's put this one here. Let's put another big one over here somewhere. There, we'll just put 3 on. Now we'll do this one. I think. And this, a good idea is to put an extra piece of cardstock in your envelope when you have these on top, your card, on top the bumped up part, because they do come through the envelope. Actually, I'll put one up here on this one. Yeah, I don't like all this white space. I'll put it here. All right, so hey there. I love hanging around with you. Isn't that cute? I love it. I think that's adorable. And just using scraps. So you could use whatever paper you have that scraps. Start using them. I might start a series of just using DSP to make cards, designer series paper, because I end up with extra paper all the time, right? So that is one way to use it, is just use your scraps up or even cut into new sheets. Don't be afraid to do that and make your cards. All right. One of my goals is also to get these out on my blog, which I do have, and I haven't updated in like, I don't know, 6 months or something. Okay, where did I put the first card? Down here. Down here. Okay. So both these cards were made using the Catch You Later set. The only one I didn't use yet was the quail, but I used the Happy Birthday from Us, the Hey There. Oh, yeah, I did the Hey There. The I Love Hanging Around with You, and the You're Just Perfect on this one. So we still have some sentiments we didn't use and the quail, but you know, another day. Another day. So those are that. And now we'll move on to Wildflower Path is the next one for today. And then next week, I mentioned this earlier, next week I'll do the Otter and something, and I think the slimline cards maybe, or the mess, I'm not sure. So this is Wildflower Path. It's in the new mini, available January 4th. I'm not sure if I'm going to use this. I got it out as a maybe. This is in the annual. It's a stitched greenery die. And I really like this. It's a background die. It cuts leaf shapes into your cardstock. I might use that. I'm not sure. And this, the cards I started, I didn't get finished yet. These are photopolymer. And on the first card, I can figure out where I put it. We're going to use paper from hand penned. I'm just trying to get all the stamps out here. And on the second card, I still didn't find it. I have it ready somewhere. On the second card, this paper is actually out of the pattern party from the annual catalog host paper. But I've got to find my card because I don't know what I did with it. Oh, yes, I do. Here it is. Put it in here so I wouldn't lose it, and then I forgot where I put it. But we'll do a similar card as this, but only using different paper. We'll brighten it up with the flowers in the middle. All right. So I've already, in fact, we'll do the flowers for that one on here. So I didn't get to assemble this, but I already stamped it. This is the piece of paper out of hand penned. Has garden green on the back, and then this floral, which is garden green, misty moonlight, and pale papaya. So I just cut that again to 4.5, 4.25. Nope, 5.25 by 4. Sorry. Very thin foam is packaged. Oh, there you go. That's a good idea. You mean like that clear foam? Thank you, Hildy. Thanks, everybody. That sort of clear, thin foam stuff. That's a good idea, actually, to get something like that and put it inside the cards. So this is, also cut up and down. And this, you do have to watch your direction of your paper. So there's another simple card. And then, okay, this piece was originally a little longer than this, and I cut it down after I stamped this, and you'll see that when we do the next stamping. So this was a scrap. It's about 1 7/8. You could use 2, and 2.25 is what this is. And this is now 4 inches, but I started with this, which is 5. And we're going to start with that also when we do the next card, because it's just easier when you stamp. And then what I did is I cut about 1/2 inch off the top and 1/4 inch off the bottom to have it fit, and on here to give it a little pop. And we're just going to glue that down, and we'll stamp for the next one, the same stamp. So this is 3 stamps out of the Wildflower Path from the new catalog, which will be available to you on January 4th if you're not a demo. Now, I didn't cut a piece of the other paper, so I'm going to have to do dimensionals because I just don't feel like messing with cutting the foam. How I cut that foam, by the way, I should mess with it because I might even have, is I put it in my trimmer and it doesn't cut all the way through, but then I flip it over, make sure it's lined up at the same spot, and cut the other side, and then just wiggle it back and forth, and it cuts just fine. You could use scissors if you can cut straight. I cannot, so I don't prefer to use scissors. Also, if your dimensionals are getting low, this is where I would highly recommend, if you don't have the foam adhesive sheets, to do use your edges along the edges here, kind of thing. So that would work also. But we're just gonna put this in here, and we'll stamp the same thing but on different pattern paper for the next card. So don't worry. It'll be the same design, but I think we're going to use a new fun embellishment called butterflies. Brass butterflies. Maybe. I'll see if I like them with it. I don't know. And then what I did is I stamped in Garden Green the thank you out of this set. Oh, actually, we'll use a different sentiment on the other one. And I used the double oval punch and cut that out on Whisper White, and then this out of Misty Moonlight. So I just need to glue them together. I hadn't really gotten to embellishments and stuff yet, so we'll see. We'll look through what I have and see what I want to do. I just thought little butterflies might be, or if you have the little, what were they? The little ladybug embellishments. We were just talking about ladybugs, right? You have these little ladybugs. You could put them on too. They'd be cute. I don't know if we still have them. It's white but very thin. Oh, okay. So I'm not going to use those because I don't know if we still have them. All right, now dimensionals again and some glue. We're just going to put this sort of down here, right here. And this, what it was, is I stamped the stem in Garden Green. I stamped the flowers in Pale Papaya, and then I stamped them again in a different spot in Misty Moonlight to bring out the colors in the paper back here. And then the grass comes in the set too, and I just stamped on the bottom of the paper, and I did end up cutting a little bit off. We will use a different sentiment for the second card, because I want to use this sentiment. I can't read it on the stamp. The one I love, it says, "Do not go where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail," by Ralph Waldo Emerson. It's also, there's one that says, "My heart is smiling because of you." That's a nice one. Actually, that would make a good inside sentiment. Maybe I'll do that for this one. Let's see, where do I want it? Back here. Straight, Deb. Is that straight? Pretty straight. I have to do the inside. I just have a piece of white paper in here. I don't know if I have a scrap of that paper. You could just stamp the flower again in here and do it, but I really don't want to do that because I'll probably get it all crooked. I'm sure. See, I have all these scraps in here. That's a different paper. Let's see if I have the same paper scrap. Is this it? Nope. But I don't remember what was on the other side of that either. I don't have another scrap of this. So we're just, you know what? I think I'll use that sentiment, like I said. Thank you. My heart is smiling because of you on the inside. So let's get that out. Oh, leave it for the next. Oh, maybe this is the scrap. I have a scrap. That's all right. We'll still stamp that other sentiment. My heart is smiling. There's also a happy birthday with this. And there's a different style of flower, more like tulips, but I use these little things here. Let's see if I have another block big enough. I think I have a paper pumpkin one or something here. Okay, and we're going to use Garden Green to stamp the sentiment. They're in the clearance section? Oh, maybe I will use them then. But I want to show you the butterflies too. I think the butterflies are a little flatter, so I might want to just use the butterflies. Thank you, Barbara. Very sweet of you to say that. I want to make sure I'm in frame. I'm standing up again. I'm putting it a little bit over to the right because I am gonna, I might put it a little, I'll cut this in half and put that there on the side too. It doesn't reach the whole length, but that's okay. I wasn't sure I liked that font when I first got this, but I actually really do. Now, if you wanted to texturize this piece, this leaf, because it doesn't add a real raised texture, it just puts the dots in the paper. I should have done that. Run the leaf, maybe for the next one, we'll run that through. So isn't that pretty? Let me cut this in half. And goes this way. I like 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch on this one. And just, it won't fit all the way, but I'll put it right there and hopefully get in there. I don't know where I closed my glue. I have a bad habit of either leaving my glue. I have this little thing I got on Etsy. The only thing is I wish it was weighted because it does fall over sometimes. But I either leave the glue uncapped the whole live and then I close it at the end of the live, or so I make sure I don't forget. I'm always putting it on and taking it off. I should just leave it off. I guess that looks okay. I usually like it to go the whole length of the card, but I'm not going to bother. I think that's really pretty. Let me find the butterflies. Now that is a Deb card. I really love the colors in this one. See if I can find these butterflies. Here they are. We have so many pretty embellishments. I could also, no, mint macaron ones probably won't go with it. Let's try these new butterflies. These are called brushed brass butterflies. They'll be on page 15 of the new catalog, or they'll be in the back of it, and I don't remember what page that is. But they're part of some suite that I don't remember the name of. I just flicked one off somewhere on me. Yep, it's on me. All right, so we'll use that one first. And they're nice flat. They're a nice flat footprint. I'm going to put 3 on, and I'm just going to use these little ones that are actually coming off the paper. This one has to go this way, I guess. Usually I'd use my pick tool, but since they were coming off already anyway. There, I think that just adds a little sparkle to it, a little shine. Cute, cute, cute. All right, I'll leave them out in case I want to use them on the next one. Okay, so the next one is going to be similar. So I have Misty Moonlight paper. Now this paper instead is from the Pattern Party, from the host set of the annual catalog. I still have to cut this down, but I want to stamp on this first. So let's do our stamping first, and then we'll decide how much to cut it down. You know what I find stuck to me all the time is the dimensional backings. Oh my goodness. I think they land on the floor, and then I just wear socks or slippers up here usually. I just have socks on today. So they stick to the bottom of my socks, and then I see them on my kitchen floor and, you know, in the living room. It just drives me a little nuts. I'm going to put this down all the way to the bottom and center it as best I can. Maybe not quite centered, but that's okay. But I want it close to the bottom because I'm going to leave the green open for a minute, because I'm going to cut part of the bottom off probably. And now we'll use these flowers that are all, and you want the, I discovered you kind of want this wire part up towards the top. And I lined it up with this stem here, I think, and I turned it somehow. I don't know. I have to remember how I did it. It doesn't really matter too much, but you do kind of want to get it close to where the leaves are, right? And then the blue ones we'll put different spot. I do have to clean that stamp. Yeah, that one's a little off from where I did it before. I forgot where I lined it up at. Oops. It doesn't really matter. This is a good set for using watercolor brushes. All right, I'm going to put this one up a little higher. I try and line it up like that. I don't want to get it on top that one flower that I already put there. Oh well, it's okay. I want them to be sort of up higher. I didn't do as good a job on this one as I did on the first one, but oh well. Let me clean my thank you. Okay, now the grass. Let's do the grass. My cat is also up here and she is snoring on the chair behind me. So I don't think you can hear it, but she is definitely wheezing. She wheeze snores. It's kind of funny actually. But I worry about her being able to breathe properly, you know. Anyway. She's not a young kitty anymore either. Yeah, me too. I find them all over the place. And occasionally gems also that maybe came off a card when I put them in my bin here to store them. All right, so now I'm going to cut most of that white, extra white off on the top. So let's see, this is currently 5, so I think I'm going to go to 4 1/4. So I cut off about 3/4 inch. The width is okay, and then since that's 4 1/4, is that what I said? Here's my extra piece of Misty Moonlight. Yeah, 4 1/4. So I'm going to make this be 4 1/2. And then I think this is 2. Yes, so I'm going to make this 2 1/4. And we can texture it if we want to, but I think I'm just going to pass on that for tonight. Just do this. Actually, no, it'll be all right. This paper's not as colorful, obviously. It's tone on tone, but it's okay. It'll be all right. The thing is, I was going to use this larger... Oh, that stink bug is here. Oh, my gosh. I will be right back, guys. He came back. Oh, my gosh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I'll be right back. Go down. Gross, gross, gross. Sorry. There is a bathroom up here, and I just had to flush them. Ooh, that was gross. Sorry about that. Oh, thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. I appreciate that. Where else on a live do you get that, right? Okay, so I was starting to say about the sentiment. I might have to put it in a circle. Let me see if I have a circle that... Oh, well, I'm sure I do in my dies. But I don't know. Maybe I don't want a circle. Maybe, let me see what other dies I have that I would like to use that have a nice shape. Maybe, I don't think that one will work, but let's try it. This is from the Tasteful Label dies. I think that'll fit better, so we're going to try that. All right, and let's see. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so I need another piece of white paper. Got quiet. Because you were listening to me go, ooh, ooh. Okay, I'm going to stamp in Garden Green again. I just like that it shows up, plus it'll break up the blue a little bit. And it's pretty close to that color. do not go where the path may lead. I don't know who I would send this to, but it's one of my favorite sayings. I've had it since I was a teenager. It's still hanging on it's actually hanging on my bedroom door on a little plaque. It's kind of my motto. Part of the reason my daughter called me weird and strange when she was a teenager, because I don't follow the same path that everybody else does, usually. I didn't used to anyway. Gets a little lonely sometimes, though, you know? Being different. Okay. Alrighty. I'm going to turn around and die cut this, and then we'll be just about ready to finish. And I didn't follow my own advice. And you see, this washi tape does tear the paper. And I don't really care about the paper left, but I am worried about the paper I stamped on. That one came off okay. Let's see if we can get this one off without tearing it. There we go. We did it. Yay! Yay me! Printer colors? What do you mean? I'm not sure I followed that. Now on this one, let's see how I want to do this. Where I want to place it is what I'm trying to figure out. Once I get that glued and centered, I think sort of in the... No, I think I'll still go down to the bottom here. Right there. But I'm going to edge this in garden green also to make it kind of pop against the... this is the Stampin' Up markers. I have the whole Many Marvelous marker set, which has all our color families. And then, at least right now, you can also get them in the in colors too. The thing is, you can't, if one of them dies on you, they don't sell individual replacements for them, which is kind of, I wish they did, because I guess not as, I don't know, because I don't want to buy a whole set or just a whole color family just to have one marker, because I tend to use certain colors the most. Usually like the neutrals. All right, let me start gluing down. And actually, do I want to put a ribbon on this? Let's see what ribbons I have. You know, our Misty Moonlight ribbon retired, so the only thing... Oh, well, I have this. Ooh, 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 ooh. Maybe... This isn't garden green, but maybe this would look pretty under here. I'm thinking about that. Before I glue this down onto here, I'm thinking about that. Actually, I should think about that now, before I glue that down. So if I put this under here, yeah. But then, is it going to be buried by the sentiment? Yeah, unless I put it up further. I don't like it as a behind thing. Let's see if I can make a little tiny bow and... Oh, printer ink colors. Well, we have... I don't know if they want to get into that. I'm not too good at tying bows. Sometimes I can get them really good and other times not so good. I'm trying to do it right off the spool. I think I got it this time. I'm going to cut that down a little bit. Let's see where I would want that. That would have to go higher. Or if it goes lower, I could put it down here. Not feeling the bow. All right, we're just gonna, I do have this Misty Moonlight and Silver Twine. Maybe that would work better. I just thought the pop of green would be nice. And I do have 2 rolls of that. But I used up all my first roll of this. This is a new roll that came in a pack with that Just Jade gingham. Yeah. I really like this twine with the silver and Misty Moonlight. Assuming I can find the end. Here it is. That might be a little bit smaller bow and it'll add a little sparkle. The only thing is, then I won't use the brass butterflies because this has silver embellishments. I mean silver to it. Yes, I like that. Okay, we have a plan. Am I too close to the camera or am I too far away? Let me know. Hard for me to judge looking at the screen. And again, you could emboss this and just a little lazy tonight. You could emboss it with this die or with an embossing folder. We have a lot of nice greenery embossing folders that would be good, or Tasteful Textile or something like that it's called. All right, I'm going to use dimensionals again for this. Actually, I'll follow my own advice and snip some of these edges. Don't use your good paper cutters, snips for stuff like this or for paper. I use my snips for ribbon only. And actually, I'm just going to cut the other end off too, because at some point these will be gone. And I have this old pair of non-Stampin' Up scissors I use for paper and this kind of stuff. And I clean them once in a while with alcohol to get any sticky residue off. They're probably in need of that soon. Okay. Oh, good. I got the positioning right. Yay. A bit of a mess on my desk. I think we had stink bugs here because it's a little bit warmer. It's like in the 50s the last day or two. Well, low 50s Fahrenheit. Okay, and then this will also bump up. I'm going to put it right down here. So I need a few dimensionals on that side. 1, 2, and 3. And then a little bit of glue on the part that's going to overlap. It's a little bit bumpy, but it's okay. And then we'll use this bow to give it a little bling, and I might put some just clear rhinestones on to bring out the silver. Let's trim them down a little bit. And I need another thing I love, Stampin' Up glue dots. Best ever. In my humble opinion. I usually put it to the ribbon first, but I decided not to do that. You could also put it up here, but Then it would hang down over your sentiment. It's already kind of covering a little bit. And I think I'm just going to use clear rhinestones because they're right on top of my pile for one thing. And they'll kind of bring out, like I said, the silver look of that. Let me get a few of them. And by the way, these are a good investment too because you can use them with your markers and color them however you would like. As long as you have a marker, you know, in a similar color, which we don't have all the colors in our blends, but we have quite a few. Let's see, right there. I might put 5 on. Just need a little something, something. And one more. Always odd numbers. Let's see. I don't know where I want to put it. Maybe up here, up here. Decisions. Just put it somewhere, Deb. There we go. All right, there we go. What time are we at here? 8:28. Yeah. Well, the craft room is definitely not clean. Okay, so this came out of a pack called Flowers for Every Season Ribbon Combo Pack, which comes with a white sort of linen-y color, the gingham in Just Jade, which I love, but I have an open roll, and then the Misty Moonlight and Silver and White. If you would like those, get them before the annual catalog ends in May. You know, get them before May comes around, or you may not be able to get them. It's item number 153620. And tonight we were using the Stitch So Sweetly dies from the annual catalog, the layering circles from the annual catalog, and the new stamp sets, which I have a mess here. Let me put my inks away. We use Pale Papaya, Misty Moonlight, Garden Green on this one, and Highland Heather, and something on the other, and Memento Tuxedo Black on the other one. I didn't do the inside yet, did I? We were using Wildflower Path from the new catalog, which will be on page 21. It does not have any paper to go with it or dies, but if you have the this paper from the pattern party pack from the host set, if you have a order or want to host a party and you have 150 or more before May, you can get this paper along with the other bright ones. And the first card was using the hand penned from the annual catalog, really pretty paper, and the hand pen sort of goes nicely with this Wildflower Path look. I like this one better just because it's more vibrant, but I like this sentiment a lot. I didn't end up using this die. And this, and then of course the other 2 cards we made were from the Catch You Later. So I have to figure out, I don't know what I want to do on the inside of this one. Let me first get a piece of paper to put in. Let's see, what sentiment didn't we use? Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just stamp some flowers in there or something. And yeah, I'll do that later. Okay, so that concludes tonight. These 2 finds. So if you want to write these down, Wildflower Path will be on page 21, and it will be item 157735 from the website starting January 4th. And Catch You Later is on page 63. I can't show you the catalog yet. And this one is red rubber cling. This one's photopolymer. It's item 158037 for Catch You Later. They're both standalone stamp sets. No bundle or anything, just standalone. Yeah, I use quite a bit of bling too, but I like, not everybody puts bling on their cards, and if you're doing things like for the soldiers and stuff, you're not supposed to put a lot of sparkle on your cards. because it can be seen by radar or whatever, and they could get, you know, hurt. So we don't want that to happen. And then the brushed butterflies, they're on page 15 of the new catalog. They're going to be item 158136. And we do have another paper coming up in the new mini catalog, which I was going to use, but I like the hand penned better. But it has some nice, see, it's got like garden green. It's called Heart and Home. It's got the bumblebees. I'm going to save that. And see, this would have been fine too. But I just wanted the Misty Moonlight in mine this time. It's got fresh freesia as well. And then the other sides are different wood grains, black and white. I love this one, but not for a floral. And then that one, this one has fresh freesia, pale papaya, and garden green. So that's pretty. That's called Heart and Home. That's part of a suite, which I think is called Heart and Home. And it has two different stamp bundles. One has bees in it and one doesn't. I have the one with bees in it, but not the other one. So we'll use that again soon, or we'll use that soon too. Thank you so much for joining me. I am going to get off of here pretty soon here. I really appreciate you all joining me tonight. It makes it more fun to have people to chat with. It's sometimes hard to keep up, but I try, right? I just have to clean up my mess now. And next week, we'll probably use the masks first and then the otters. And I don't know if we'll get to Calming Camellia, which is a celebration. The otters are also a celebration item. The masks are brand new. They'll be on page 51 and 65. They're called Butterflies and Flowers Layering Masks. They're really cool, and I can't wait to use them. So they're definitely going to be first next week. And probably the otters will be second. And they are this. They're a celebration for $50, and I think Camellia is for $100. No, I'm sorry. Calming Camellia is host only in the celebration, so you have to have a party or order of 300 or more to be able to get this one. So that I might do a separate video for instead of the live. And the otters, I'm going to be using a Gentle Waves New Cling background stamp also. And then these diorama layering dies from the annual catalog. That's my plan. We'll see what happens. So first thing will be some cards with butterflies and flowers. All right. So let's see. I'll be back tomorrow with Paper Pumpkin unboxing and Make as Intended, and probably later in the day also some alternatives. I don't know. I will be on next Thursday, which is the 6th, as far as I know right now. Thank you, Linnea. And if for some reason that has to change because it's around my birthday time, the day before. If that has to change, I'll put it in community tab, and also I'll put it in my Facebook group on Facebook when it will be changed too. I might just do it earlier or just a video or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I probably won't do too much for my birthday. All right, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great new year. If I don't get to talk to you again before that, happy 2022. Oops. Stay safe and healthy, and hugs, love, and peace, hopefully, to everyone. And there's a lot of people worse off than me, and probably worse off than a lot of us. So always just keep those that are having a hard time. It's really, you know, a difficult time since 2020, but even people were having hard times before that. And now it's even worse. So just keep people in your thoughts and prayers. Even if you don't know them. Thank you again. All right, I'm going to get off of here. Thanks again. Bye-bye.